You won't believe what just dropped in the world of reality TV. Tasha K has officially shaken the internet, and fans are absolutely losing it. In what's being called one of the juiciest revelations of the year, Tasha K claims that Kirk Frost, yes, the Kirk Frost, is paying Jasmine Washington a staggering $50,000 every single month for their child. That's right, 50 grand. The news has sent shockwaves through the fanbase, leaving viewers divided, gossiping, and questioning everything they thought they knew about Kirk, Jasmine, and the entire family dynamic. Emotions ran high the moment this story hit. Social media exploded with reactions, some fans expressing outrage, some disbelief, and others downright shock. How is this even possible? One fan tweeted, while another wrote, Kirk paying that much? I can't even imagine. But Tasha K didn't stop there. Sources close to the situation say there's a lot more behind the scenes than anyone could have expected. Allegedly, tensions have been brewing for months, simmering quietly while Kirk juggled responsibilities, and now, the drama has finally spilled over into the public eye. Imagine the tension. Family gatherings where whispers replace conversations, friends who don't know who to trust, and social media followers dissecting every post, comment, and story. Fans are shocked, and emotions are escalating with each new insider revelation. There are even rumors that this payment agreement has caused rifts within Kirk's family, leaving some members questioning loyalty, commitment, and what's truly fair. The family was left divided, and some insiders say things could get even messier before they settle. And it doesn't stop there. Tasha K's video hints at secret confrontations, heated exchanges, and emotional showdowns between Kirk and Jasmine, moments that were allegedly captured off camera and never meant for public eyes. According to Tasha K, what started as private discussions about co-parenting and financial responsibilities quickly spiraled into arguments that left both parties frustrated, angry, and, in some cases, heartbroken. There's talk of betrayal, accusations of favoritism, and even whispers that Kirk may have been hiding more than just financial decisions from the public. Fans are begging for answers, and the internet is buzzing. Is Kirk being fair? Is Jasmine using this to her advantage? And what does this mean for the rest of the family? Every comment, every like, and every share feels like a new page in a drama-filled saga that no one can look away from. This isn't just gossip, it's a full-blown reality TV storm, and it's only just beginning. Stay tuned, because in the next segment, we'll dive deep into the explosive details, revealing alleged private conversations, emotional confrontations, and shocking twists that fans are saying could change everything we know about Kirk, Jasmine, and their complicated world. Trust Usu don't want to miss a single moment of this story. The tension had been building for weeks, and nobody saw it coming. Kirk Frost, the man fans had followed for years, the one who always seemed untouchable, suddenly found himself at the center of a storm the size of the Atlantic. Word on the street was that he was secretly paying Jasmine Washington $50,000 every month for their child. And Tasha K had just dropped the bombshell. As soon as the video went live, notifications exploded. People were tagging friends, deeming each other screenshots, and the comments were a mix of shock, outrage, and disbelief. Some fans were outraged, calling it excessive, while others were stunned, questioning if Kirk had really agreed to such an arrangement or if it was all just a rumor gone viral. The story didn't start there though. Behind the glossy Instagram posts and carefully curated pictures, tensions had been simmering for months. Insiders claimed Kirk and Jasmine had tried to keep everything private, but their relationship, already complicated, was fraying at the edges. Friends close to the family said that the issue of money had always been delicate, but no one expected it to escalate into this kind of public spectacle. According to one source, Kirk never wanted anyone to know about the payments. He thought it was just between him and Jasmine, but Tasha K caught wind and ran with it. Now it's everywhere. Fans immediately began speculating about how this would affect Kirk's other relationships. Would this revelation create a divide with his other children? Would family members feel betrayed that he was spending so much money outside of what they considered the normal family budget? Emotions ran high as people started dissecting old interviews, past social media posts, and even video clips from past seasons of Love and Hip Hop, trying to find hints that something like this was happening. Every post, every smile, every interaction suddenly seemed to have hidden meaning. Inside the house, the tension was palpable. Kirk had just returned from a business trip, expecting a quiet evening, only to be greeted by Jasmine storming through the door. Face red, tears in her eyes, and a phone in hand. "You have no idea what you just unleashed," she screamed, slamming the screen on the counter. Kirk froze, sensing the magnitude of what was about to hit the public. "What are you talking about?" he asked, trying to stay calm, but his voice betrayed a hint of panic. Jasmine took a deep breath, her voice trembling but firm. "Tasha K just posted everything. The 50,000, the monthly payments. The whole world is going to see it. Kirk, do you understand? Everyone." Kirk ran a hand through his hair, pacing back and forth. "I didn't want it to come out like this," he muttered, more to himself than to Jasmine. "It was supposed to be private. I'm just trying to do right by my child, that's all." Jasmine's eyes narrowed, and the room felt heavier with unspoken accusations. "Right by your child, or right by your image. You think fans are going to see this and sympathize with you?" she shouted. "I'm done pretending this is just between us. It's not just money, Kirk. It's about respect, honesty, and your family knowing the truth." Meanwhile, Tasha K's video was blowing up. The likes, shares, and comments were skyrocketing. Fans were creating memes, debating in comment sections, and speculating about how Kirk would react. Some suggested that his other children might feel neglected or jealous, while others wondered if this would cause a rift with his extended family. The family was left divided even before anyone had a chance to confront Kirk about the revelation. Inside sources claimed that Kirk's siblings were calling each other, unsure what to say or how to handle the situation, and a few even admitted to feeling betrayed that such a large sum was being paid monthly without their knowledge. As the drama intensified, whispers of secret meetings and confrontations started circulating. One insider claimed they had witnessed a late-night argument between Kirk and Jasmine at a local diner. "It was like watching a storm hit," the source said. Kirk kept apologizing, but Jasmine wasn't having it. She was crying, yelling, and at one point, she slammed her hand on the table so hard that everyone in the diner turned to look. According to the report, Kirk tried to explain his side, insisting that he only wanted the best for their child, and that the money was a way to secure stability. Jasmine, however, was furious that he had kept such a secret and that now their private matters were public. The fans on social media couldn't get enough. Reactions ranged from disbelief to full-blown outrage. "50K a month. For a child, Kirk needs to explain himself," one user tweeted. Another wrote, "This is why I don't trust anyone in reality TV. Secrets always come out." The comments were filled with all caps, emojis, and endless speculation about the future. Some even started taking sides, picking either Kirk or Jasmine as the victim in this unfolding drama. Hashtags like #Kirk and Jasmine, #TashAK reveal, #reality drama were trending within hours of the video dropping. Tensions between Kirk and Jasmine continued to escalate off-camera as well. Sources revealed that during one confrontation, emotions ran so high that friends had to step in to prevent things from getting physical. Kirk, known for his calm demeanor, was reportedly at a loss for words, struggling to explain the financial arrangements he had made in good faith. Jasmine, on the other hand, was determined to make sure everyone knew the truth. And some insiders even suggested that she might go on a live stream to address fans directly. The mere thought of that possibility sent Kirk into a panic, as he feared public perception and how this might affect his reputation. Additionally, Tasha K hinted at more secrets to come. Her video was peppered with phrases like "what Kirk doesn't want you to see" and hidden details about their agreement. Fans went wild, sharing clips, speculating about hidden messages, and analyzing every detail. The drama wasn't just about money anymore. It had evolved into a full-blown reality TV spectacle involving secrecy, betrayal, and family loyalties being questioned at every turn. Even Kirk's closest friends were divided. Some told him to ignore the haters and keep doing what he felt was right, while others suggested he needed to publicly clarify everything before things got worse. The pressure was mounting, and Kirk was facing a dilemma: maintain his privacy and risk being misunderstood, or step into the spotlight and attempt to control the narrative before rumors spiraled further out of control. As the night progressed, more shocking revelations began surfacing. Insiders claimed that Kirk's other children had begun noticing subtle changes in his behavior. Whispers of favoritism, secret meetings, and extra spending were reportedly fallout, but this story seemed to be escalating faster than anyone anticipated. The next morning, the internet exploded again. Screenshots of old texts between Kirk and Jasmine were circulating, revealing arguments over money, childcare, and public perception. Some texts suggested that Kirk had promised more than 50,000 initially, while others hinted at compromises that neither party fully honored. Fans were dissecting every word, every punctuation, and every emoji, creating a narrative of their own. Emotions ran high, and the drama was reaching fever pitch. And yet, despite the chaos, Kirk reportedly tried to maintain calm in front of family and friends. He met with siblings, close friends, and even business associates to explain his side, but the tension was palpable. Everyone seemed to be taking sides, with some defending Kirk's intentions and others criticizing the secrecy. According to sources, the room often fell silent after heated exchanges, with everyone waiting to see who would make the next move. The night ended with more questions than answers. Fans were left on the edge of their seats, speculation ran rampant, and the family itself was left in turmoil. Insiders hinted that this was only the beginning and that Tasha K had even more revelations in the pipeline, ready to shake things up further. Kirk and Jasmine's relationship, already complicated, had now entered uncharted territory, with every move scrutinized, every word analyzed, and every interaction dissected by millions of viewers hungry for drama. As Part 1 closes, the story is far from over. The storm has only just begun, and the world is watching closely, waiting to see what will happen next. Will Kirk come clean? Will Jasmine retaliate? And how deep does this financial drama go? Fans are glued to their screens, comments are pouring in, and one thing is certain: this is the kind of reality TV drama that doesn't just fade away overnight. It lingers, it escalates, and it leaves everyone wondering what will happen in the next explosive chapter. The morning after Tasha K's video dropped, the fallout was real. Kirk woke up to notifications blowing up his phone, messages from family, friends, business contacts, and fans, all asking the same question: how much is too much? Inside sources said he spent hours pacing in his living room, phone glued to his ear, trying to calm everyone down. But nothing was working. The air around him was thick with tension, and the family, already divided, seemed to be waiting for the next explosive revelation. Jasmine, on the other hand, was on a different mission. She posted cryptic stories on social media, hinting that the truth was only part of what fans knew. One story read, "Some secrets aren't just about money. They're about trust, respect, and knowing where you stand." Fans immediately began speculating what she meant. Was she implying Kirk had been dishonest in other ways? Were there hidden layers to this story that Tasha K hadn't even touched? The internet went wild, with memes, screenshots, and fan theories flooding every platform. Hashtags like #FamilyDrama, #Kirk and Jasmine, #Tasha K Bombshell were trending nonstop. Inside the family home, arguments erupted like wildfire. Kirk's siblings reportedly confronted him about the $50,000 payments, demanding explanations and questioning his priorities. "How could you just decide this without talking to us?" One source claimed a sister shouted, her voice shaking with frustration. Kirk tried to defend himself, insisting that he was only trying to provide for his child, but the emotions were too high. The room was filled with shouting, tears, and accusations, leaving everyone drained and even more suspicious of each other. The family was truly on the brink of collapse. Friends of Kirk and Jasmine began picking sides, some defending Kirk's intentions, others backing Jasmine's stance. One close friend allegedly told Kirk, "You can't just pay your way out of emotional responsibility. $50,000 doesn't fix everything." Kirk reportedly nodded silently, realizing that while the money might solve certain problems, it didn't repair the strained trust and damaged relationships around him. Meanwhile, Jasmine seemed determined to leverage the moment, meeting with other influencers and content creators to ensure her voice was heard, making sure that her perspective wasn't lost in the chaos. Tasha K, meanwhile, was watching it all unfold from the sidelines, delighting in the frenzy she had created. Insiders claim she had more details ready to drop, including private conversations between Kirk and Jasmine, text messages, and alleged confessions Kirk had made in confidence. Fans were buzzing with speculation, eagerly refreshing Tasha K's page every few minutes, hoping for another bombshell. Some even suggested that Tasha K's video had triggered a cascade effect, bringing to light secrets that neither Kirk nor Jasmine could control anymore. Things got even more heated when old friends and family members started speaking out. Some accused Kirk of being selfish, prioritizing image over the family's well-being. Others questioned why Jasmine hadn't come forward sooner, wondering if she had orchestrated some of the drama herself. Every interview, every social media post, and every public appearance suddenly became fodder for debate. Fans dissected body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions, turning the entire situation into a full-blown social media spectacle. Inside sources revealed a particularly tense confrontation that allegedly took place at a private dinner. Kirk and Jasmine were reportedly sitting across from each other, voices low at first, but the argument quickly escalated. "You don't understand," Kirk shouted, slamming his fist on the table. "I'm trying to do what's best for our child." Jasmine's response was equally fiery. "Best for our child, or best for your reputation? You've been hiding things from me, from everyone." Witnesses claimed the argument lasted for nearly an hour, with friends trying to mediate, but ultimately failing as emotions boiled over. Fans watching from home couldn't get enough. Clips from the confrontation started circulating, some allegedly leaked by insiders who wanted to stir the pot even further. Viewers were glued to their screens, sharing, commenting, and debating every single word. Some took Kirk's side, insisting he was a devoted father doing his best under difficult circumstances. Others sided with Jasmine, praising her for standing up and refusing to be silenced. The internet was split, and the drama showed no signs of slowing down. Rumors also began swirling that Kirk's financial decisions were affecting other areas of his life. Some insiders claimed he had delayed business deals and cut back on personal expenditures to accommodate the $50,000 payments. Fans speculated about whether this could create long-term tension with other family members or even affect his public image. Every move Kirk made was scrutinized, from what he posted on social media to how he interacted with friends and business partners. Nothing escaped the watchful eyes of a fan base hungry for drama. Meanwhile, Tasha K hinted at even more revelations. Her next video teased private messages and behind-the-scenes footage that could change everything you thought you knew about Kirk and Jasmine. The anticipation alone was enough to send viewers into a frenzy, commenting on every possible theory, speculating about secret meetings, financial arrangements, and personal betrayals. The drama had reached a point where reality and rumor blurred together, leaving fans desperate for clarity. The pressure on Kirk intensified as more family members became involved. Siblings reportedly had heated phone conversations, demanding transparency and accountability. Friends began weighing in publicly, some subtly supporting Kirk, others making passive-aggressive comments that fueled the drama even further. Every interaction became a potential headline, every word a possible clip for Tasha K to dissect in her next upload. The family was in a constant state of alert, unsure who might leak the next shocking detail. At the same time, Jasmine's strategy seemed calculated. Insiders suggested she was considering a live stream to explain her side of the story, hoping to control the narrative before the public opinion solidified against her. She wants people to see her perspective, to hear her side without edits or commentary, one source said. The idea of a live stream only added fuel to the fire, with fans speculating about what she would reveal and how Kirk would respond. The tension between them had reached a point where every interaction, private or public, had the potential to explode into full-blown drama. Kirk, reportedly aware of the mounting pressure, attempted to address the situation calmly. He spoke with close friends, business partners, and family members, trying to explain that the payments were for the child's well-being and not meant to create controversy. However, insiders claimed that his attempts at calm only highlighted the secrecy that had fueled the drama in the first place. Emotions ran high, and the family remained divided, leaving everyone on edge and bracing for the next twist in an already volatile story. As the day wore on, additional whispers emerged. Rumors of hidden agreements, secret meetings, and even potential legal implications began circulating online. Fans speculated about custody arrangements, financial negotiations, and possible consequences for both Kirk and Jasmine. The story had evolved from a simple revelation about monthly payments into a sprawling narrative encompassing trust, betrayal, family loyalty, and public perception. The tension reached a new peak when insiders reported that Kirk and Jasmine had a private meeting with mutual friends to attempt reconciliation. Emotions ran high, accusations were made, and tears were shed. According to sources, neither party was willing to back down, and the conversation ended with more questions than answers. Fans followed every detail, waiting for the next public reaction, and speculating about what would come next in a drama that seemed impossible to predict. Even as night fell, the internet remained ablaze. Comments, memes, and videos continued to circulate, dissecting every word and action. Fans speculated about secret alliances, hidden motives, and possible future revelations. The tension between Kirk and Jasmine, amplified by Tasha K's reporting, had become a cultural moment, a reality TV saga that transcended the screen and spilled into the digital world. As Part 2 closes, the story is only deepening. The stakes are higher, Emotions are more intense, and fans are more engaged than ever. Kirk and Jasmine remain at the center of a storm that shows no sign of calming. And insiders hint that the next twist could be even more shocking than anything revealed so far. The drama isn't just unfolding, it's escalating, and the world is watching every move. As the days went on, the drama between Kirk and Jasmine only intensified. Rumors of secret confrontations, financial disputes, and emotional breakdowns spread like wildfire. Insiders claimed that friends and family were now treading carefully, knowing that any misstep could become fodder for Tasha K's next explosive video. Kirk was reportedly exhausted, pacing in his home, taking calls from concerned relatives, and trying to figure out how to regain control of a situation that was spinning wildly out of his grasp. Jasmine, meanwhile, seemed determined to maintain her ground. Sources said she was meeting with close friends and confidants, strategizing about how to protect herself while keeping the spotlight on Kirk's alleged actions. She wants people to understand the full story, not just the financial side, an insider revealed. This is about respect, trust, and the way he's been handling their family privately for years. Social media exploded with speculations. Some fans praised her bravery, others questioned her motives, and every post sparked endless debate. Hashtags like Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag Tasha Trivial, hashtag Family Feud were trending again, proving that the drama was far from over. Inside Kirk's circle, tensions were reaching a boiling point. Siblings, friends, and business associates were reportedly having heated discussions about the fallout. "We just want the truth," one source allegedly said. "The money is only part of it. The bigger issue is secrecy and the impact it has on the family." Kirk attempted to explain, insisting that he was doing what was best for his child and had no intention of causing a rift. However, his explanations seemed to only partially quell the anger, leaving many questioning his motives. The emotional stakes skyrocketed when sources reported a confrontation between Kirk and one of his siblings. Voices were reportedly raised, tears were shed, and accusations flew. "You can't just make decisions like this and expect no one to react," the sibling allegedly yelled. Kirk's calm demeanor reportedly cracked for the first time, and he admitted that the payments were meant to secure his child's future, but he hadn't anticipated how explosive the revelation would become. The argument ended with no resolution, leaving the family further divided and tensions higher than ever. Fans on social media were relentless. Screenshots, leaked messages, and snippets of private conversations began circulating online. Every detail was dissected, and debates raged on about who was right, who was wrong, and what this meant for Kirk, Jasmine, and the entire family. Emotions ran high, and online communities became battlegrounds of loyalty, with fans picking sides and passionately defending their favorite party. Some even speculated about potential future videos from Tasha K that could reveal even more shocking information. Amid the chaos, insiders claimed there were private meetings taking place late at night. Kirk and Jasmine were reportedly discussing the situation, trying to find some common ground, but emotions ran too high for a productive conversation. According to one source, it was like walking on a minefield. Everything they said could ignite another argument. The two reportedly exchanged apologies, explanations, and accusations, but no clear resolution was reached. The family, friends, and fans were left anxiously waiting for the next development. Rumors also began circulating about Kirk's business dealings. Some sources suggested that the financial pressure of the $50,000 payments had led him to delay certain projects, causing tension with partners and associates. Fans speculated whether this could have long-term consequences for his public image, career, and personal life. Every action he took, whether public or private, was being scrutinized, and insiders claimed that the scrutiny was affecting his mood, confidence, and decision-making. Tasha K, sensing the perfect storm, continued to tease future revelations. Insiders said she had footage, private messages, and interviews lined up that could turn the story upside down. Fans were on edge, refreshing pages, speculating about what could be revealed next, and creating theories that ranged from financial misconduct to emotional betrayal. The drama had evolved beyond a single story about payments. It had become a multi-layered saga encompassing trust, secrecy, and personal loyalties being tested like never before. Meanwhile, the emotional toll on Kirk and Jasmine was reportedly mounting. Friends said Kirk appeared visibly stressed, struggling to sleep, and constantly worrying about public perception. Jasmine, on the other hand, was allegedly more focused, meeting with supporters, speaking with friends, and ensuring her side of the story was heard. The tension between them reportedly created an invisible wall, where neither trusted the other fully, and every interaction had the potential to spark a new controversy. Inside the family, the division was becoming more pronounced. Siblings and close relatives were reportedly taking sides, some supporting Kirk, others defending Jasmine, and a few attempting to mediate without much success. Family gatherings purportedly became awkward and tense, with side glances, whispered conversations, and passive-aggressive comments. The emotional strain was taking a toll on everyone, and insiders claimed the situation could spiral further if not addressed carefully. Fans weren't just observing, they were participating. Social media became a forum for debate, speculation, and rumor. With every detail of Kirk and Jasmine's private lives analyzed, some fans expressed outrage at the alleged financial arrangement, while others defended Kirk's actions, saying that providing for a child is never wrong. The drama had become a global spectacle, with commentary sections flooded with opinions, theories, and emotional reactions. Sources also claimed that Kirk and Jasmine had a particularly explosive conversation in a private setting, away from cameras. The conversation reportedly involved raised voices, tears, and accusations of betrayal. Kirk allegedly tried to justify the payments as a means to provide stability, while Jasmine countered, arguing that secrecy had undermined trust. The confrontation reportedly left both parties emotionally drained, but with unresolved tension lingering like a storm cloud over their family life. Tasha K's continued coverage only amplified the situation. Insiders said she was preparing additional content that included interviews with friends, family, and alleged witnesses to private discussions. The anticipation of more revelations kept fans engaged, discussing every possible angle and speculating on what might happen next. The narrative had expanded, encompassing not only the financial dispute but also emotional conflicts, family dynamics, and public perception. As the days progressed, Kirk's attempts to reconcile with family and friends reportedly met with mixed results. Some were willing to listen, others remained skeptical, and a few distanced themselves entirely. Sources claimed that Kirk's emotional state was fragile, as he struggled to manage public scrutiny, family tensions, and his own sense of responsibility. Jasmine reportedly remained steadfast, focusing on transparency and maintaining control of her narrative, adding further complexity to the already intense drama. Fans continued to speculate wildly, with some suggesting that more explosive revelations were on the horizon. Insider sources hinted at potential legal discussions, custody negotiations, and additional private exchanges that could soon become public. The story had evolved far beyond a simple discussion of financial arrangements. It had become a full-scale reality TV saga, with all the elements of betrayal, secrecy, and emotional conflict that fans crave. Even Kirk's closest friends reportedly expressed concern, warning him about the growing intensity of the drama. Some advised a public statement, others suggested maintaining privacy, but no consensus was reached. Every choice carried potential consequences, and insiders claimed Kirk felt trapped between protecting his child, preserving his reputation, and managing family relationships. The tension was palpable, and everyone involved seemed to be waiting for the next explosive turn in the saga. As Part 3 concludes, the drama between Kirk and Jasmine has escalated to unprecedented levels. Fans are glued to every update, insiders hint at more revelations, and the family remains divided. The emotional stakes are higher than ever, the public scrutiny is relentless, and the story shows no signs of slowing down. The question on everyone's mind is simple: what will happen next in this high-stakes reality TV storm? The tension between Kirk and Jasmine had reached a boiling point. Sources claimed that private conversations had turned into full-blown confrontations, and even the calmest friends admitted feeling the pressure. Insiders said Kirk was exhausted, pacing endlessly, taking calls from family members, friends, and even business associates, all asking for explanations, all demanding answers. The weight of secrecy, expectation, and public scrutiny seemed almost unbearable. Jasmine, however, appeared more determined than ever. She allegedly met with close friends and confidants, strategizing how to present her side of the story while maintaining control over the narrative. She wants people to understand the full picture, a source said. This isn't just about money, it's about trust, respect, and emotional accountability. Fans immediately speculated that more shocking revelations were coming, analyzing her every social media post for hints, clues, or hidden messages. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag family feud, hashtag Tash AK bombshell started trending again as viewers speculated on the next twist. The family, meanwhile, was in chaos. Siblings reportedly confronted Kirk multiple times about the payments, questioning his decisions and priorities. "How could you just decide this without consulting anyone?" one sibling allegedly yelled. Kirk reportedly tried to remain calm, explaining that the money was meant to secure their child's future, but his words did little to soothe anger or frustration. The room reportedly ended in silence, each family member processing the fallout in their own way, leaving tensions simmering just below the surface. Fans watching from home were glued to every update. Screenshots, leaked messages, and videos circulated across social media, dissected and debated endlessly. Some defended Kirk, claiming he was simply doing what any responsible parent would do. Others sided with Jasmine, applauding her courage in exposing secrets and holding Kirk accountable. The story had evolved far beyond a single financial revelation. It had become a saga of trust, betrayal, and family loyalty under the microscope. Insiders also reported secret late-night meetings between Kirk and Jasmine. The tension in these encounters was reportedly palpable, with emotions running so high that friends feared another public meltdown. According to one source, every word, every glance, every gesture could ignite another argument. It was exhausting just to witness. Kirk tried to explain his perspective, insisting that the payments were only part of ensuring his child's security, while Jasmine challenged him, arguing that secrecy had damaged their trust and strained relationships with the rest of the family. Tasha K., sensing the perfect storm, reportedly had even more material ready to release. Insiders said she had access to private messages, interviews with friends, and alleged behind-the-scenes footage that could turn the story upside down. Fans speculated endlessly about what might be revealed next, sharing their own theories, and debating the motives and intentions of Kirk and Jasmine. The narrative had grown into a multi-layered drama, combining financial disputes, emotional conflict, and public scrutiny into a story that captivated millions. Meanwhile, Kirk's stress reportedly began to manifest in personal interactions. Friends claimed he appeared restless, anxious, and worried about how each revelation would affect his reputation. The constant public attention made even mundane decisions feel high stakes, and insiders suggested that Kirk was increasingly isolated, relying on only a few trusted confidants to navigate the chaos. Jasmine, on the other hand, was reportedly more calculated, focusing on presenting her perspective while maintaining control over the unfolding narrative. The family's division continued to deepen. Siblings and close relatives reportedly took sides, creating an invisible divide in every gathering, every conversation, and every interaction. Some defended Kirk, citing his efforts to provide for his child, while others sided with Jasmine, emphasizing the importance of transparency and emotional accountability. Family events, insiders claimed, were tense and awkward, with everyone walking on eggshells, unsure what might spark the next confrontation. Fans weren't just passive observers, they actively participated in the drama. Social media threads overflowed with speculation, leaked screenshots, and commentary on every detail of Kirk and Jasmine's private lives. Some criticized Kirk for allegedly prioritizing money over family relationships, while others praised him for trying to ensure financial stability. The story had transcended reality TV gossip, becoming a full-blown social phenomenon that captivated attention across multiple platforms. Sources also claimed that Kirk and Jasmine had a particularly intense private conversation that nearly escalated into a major argument. Kirk reportedly tried to justify the payments as a necessary step for his child's well-being, while Jasmine countered that secrecy had eroded trust and created unnecessary tension. The conversation, insiders said, ended without resolution, leaving lingering feelings of frustration, hurt, and distrust that threatened to spill into public interactions. Tasha K's continued coverage reportedly amplified every conflict. Insiders suggested she had exclusive interviews, private messages, and alleged video clips that could reveal additional shocking details. Fans speculated endlessly, theorizing about hidden agreements, secret confrontations, and potential fallout that could affect not only Kirk and Jasmine but their extended family and social circle as well. The tension was palpable, both online and in real life, as the drama showed no signs of slowing. As the saga progressed, Kirk's attempts to reconcile reportedly met mixed results. Some family members were willing to listen, others remained skeptical, and a few withdrew entirely from interactions. Insiders claimed that Kirk's emotional state was fragile, as he struggled to manage public scrutiny, family tension, and his personal sense of responsibility. Jasmine, meanwhile, remained focused on transparency and presenting her side of the story, further complicating any potential resolution. Fans continued to fuel speculation. Some hinted that even more explosive revelations were coming, including potential legal disputes, custody negotiations, and private messages that could soon become public. The story had evolved beyond a single financial dispute, encompassing emotional conflict, family loyalty, and the public's fascination with personal drama. Every interaction, whether private or public, carried the potential to ignite another wave of controversy. Even Kirk's closest friends reportedly expressed concern, advising him on how to navigate the increasingly intense situation. Some encouraged a public statement, others suggested maintaining privacy, but insiders claimed that no single approach seemed to satisfy everyone. The pressure was immense, and Kirk reportedly felt trapped between protecting his child, preserving his reputation, and managing strained family relationships. As Part 4 closes, the stakes have never been higher. Fans are captivated, insiders hint at further revelations, and the family remains divided. Kirk and Jasmine are at the center of a storm that shows no signs of abatement. And the question on everyone's mind is simple: how much more can this family withstand before the next explosive twist changes everything? As the drama between Kirk and Jasmine raged on, insiders claimed the tension was spilling over into every corner of their lives. Every social media post, every text, every glance seemed loaded with meaning. Kirk reportedly spent hours reviewing messages, trying to anticipate the next wave of backlash, while Jasmine allegedly strategized how to present her side of the story without appearing vulnerable. The emotional stakes were higher than ever, and friends admitted it felt like walking through a minefield with every interaction. Fans continued dissecting Tasha K's revelations, analyzing every detail of Kirk and Jasmine's relationship. Screenshots of private messages circulated online, some allegedly showing disagreements over money, custody, and trust. Fans debated every line, emoji and punctuation mark, turning the unfolding story into a global spectacle. The online frenzy only added fuel to the fire, with each new post sparking more theories, speculations, and debates. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag family drama, hashtag Tasha K, explosive dominated trends for days. Inside the family, arguments reportedly escalated. Siblings confronted Kirk again, expressing frustration over his secrecy and questioning his priorities. How could you make such a huge decision without consulting anyone? One insider claimed was shouted. Kirk allegedly attempted to explain that the payments were meant solely for the child's well-being, but the room reportedly erupted into a storm of accusations, tears, and tension. Family dynamics that had once seemed stable were now completely fractured, leaving everyone on edge. Jasmine's determination reportedly grew stronger. She allegedly held private meetings with friends and confidants, preparing for possible public statements and strategizing on how to protect her interests. Insiders claimed she wanted fans to see the truth from her perspective, emphasizing trust, respect, and accountability. The tension between her and Kirk reportedly created an invisible barrier, where neither fully trusted the other, and every conversation carried the potential to ignite another round of drama. Tasha K reportedly had even more material ready to drop. Insiders claimed she possessed private messages, alleged off-camera footage, and interviews with friends that could change everything you thought you knew about Kirk and Jasmine. Fans speculated endlessly, sharing theories, debating motives, and predicting future fallout. The drama had evolved beyond simple financial disputes into a complex saga of secrecy, betrayal, and emotional turmoil. Insiders claimed that Kirk and Jasmine had multiple late-night confrontations, each more intense than the last. Emotions reportedly ran so high that friends feared potential public meltdowns. Kirk allegedly tried to justify his actions as responsible parenting, while Jasmine countered that secrecy and lack of transparency had eroded trust. The confrontations reportedly left both parties emotionally drained but unresolved, fueling further speculation among family, friends, and fans alike. The public remained obsessed. Social media platforms were flooded with commentary, speculation, and emotional reactions. Fans dissected every clip, message, and post, creating a narrative that often blurred the line between reality and rumor. Some defended Kirk, arguing he was trying to provide financial stability for his child. Others praised Jasmine for exposing the truth and standing up for herself. The intensity of public scrutiny reportedly added immense pressure to an already volatile situation. Inside Kirk's circle, friends and close associates reportedly expressed concern. Some advised making a public statement to clarify the situation, while others suggested maintaining privacy to avoid further escalation. Kirk allegedly struggled to balance these conflicting pieces of advice, all while managing the emotional strain and potential fallout within his family. Insiders claimed that he felt trapped between maintaining his reputation, protecting his child, and attempting to preserve relationships that were rapidly deteriorating. Jasmine reportedly remained focused and strategic. She allegedly held multiple discussions with friends, supporters, and influencers to ensure her side of the story was heard. Insiders claimed she wanted transparency, emotional accountability, and a chance to control the narrative before any further misinformation spread. The tension between her and Kirk reportedly continued to create friction in family interactions, with every conversation potentially igniting a new argument. Family dynamics continued to fracture. Siblings, close relatives, and even friends reportedly chose sides, with some defending Kirk's decisions and others supporting Jasmine's stance. The once close family reportedly experienced tension in every gathering, every text, and every call. Insiders claimed that some family members had begun avoiding interactions altogether to escape the constant pressure and emotional volatility. Fans continued to engage aggressively. Social media discussions, comment threads, and fan theories dominated online spaces. Every private message, post, or story became a topic of intense debate. Fans speculated on hidden motives, potential legal implications, and emotional consequences for Kirk, Jasmine, and their extended family. The story had grown beyond a single revelation about payments, evolving into a complex web of relationships, trust, and public scrutiny. Sources reported particularly tense encounters between Kirk and Jasmine. One alleged confrontation reportedly involved raised voices, accusations of betrayal, and tearful exchanges. Kirk allegedly attempted to explain the financial arrangements as a means to secure his child's future, while Jasmine countered that secrecy and lack of trust had caused irreparable harm. The emotional impact, insiders claimed, was profound, leaving both parties drained and uncertain about how to move forward. Tasha K's coverage reportedly continued to escalate tensions. Insiders claimed she had exclusive content, including alleged private messages, off-camera footage, and interviews, all of which could further inflame the situation. Fans speculated relentlessly about what might be revealed next, debating motives, emotional stakes, and potential consequences. The story had transformed into a multi-layered narrative, encompassing financial disputes, family dynamics, emotional conflict, and public perception. Kirk reportedly attempted reconciliation efforts within the family. Some members were reportedly receptive, while others remained skeptical or distanced themselves entirely. Insiders claimed Kirk's emotional state was fragile, as he struggled to manage the public, family, and personal pressures simultaneously. Jasmine, reportedly unwavering in her focus on transparency, continued to assert her perspective, further complicating potential resolutions. Fans' obsession reportedly intensified. Rumors of additional explosive revelations circulated, including possible custody disputes, secret agreements, and private exchanges that might soon become public. Insiders suggested the story had evolved far beyond financial arrangements, becoming a saga of secrecy, trust, and emotional consequences, captivating viewers across multiple platforms. Every interaction, public or private, reportedly carried the potential to escalate the drama further. Even Kirk's closest allies reportedly expressed concern. Some encouraged a public statement, others suggested privacy, but insiders claimed no approach satisfied all parties. Kirk allegedly felt trapped between maintaining his reputation, protecting his child, and preserving relationships increasingly strained by secrecy and emotional conflict. The pressure reportedly continued to mount, creating an environment where any action could have immediate and dramatic consequences. As Part 5 closes, the stakes are higher than ever. The family remains divided, fans are obsessed, and insiders hint that more shocking revelations are imminent. Kirk and Jasmine's saga shows no signs of slowing, and the question on everyone's mind is, what will happen next in this explosive, high-stakes reality TV storm? As the tension reached its peak, Kirk and Jasmine's world reportedly became a battlefield of emotion and secrecy. Insiders claimed that both were constantly aware of the public scrutiny, measuring every word, every move, every glance. Friends said Kirk appeared restless, walking from room to room, making calls, and attempting to manage the fallout, while Jasmine allegedly focused on transparency, meeting with confidants, strategizing about her next steps. The atmosphere was reportedly heavy with anticipation, frustration, and a sense of impending revelation. Sources claimed that family gatherings became almost unbearable. Siblings, relatives, and close friends reportedly spoke in hushed tones, careful not to say the wrong thing, as any word could potentially escalate the drama. Insiders described tense dinners where conversations revolved around what Kirk did or what Jasmine knows, with every comment analyzed and every reaction dissected. The once close family was now walking on eggshells, uncertain how to navigate a storm that seemed endless. The fans, meanwhile, were insatiable. Social media was ablaze with speculation, fan theories, and debates. Screenshots, alleged private messages, and clips of confrontations circulated endlessly, dissected and analyzed by viewers who couldn't get enough. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag family drama, hashtag Tash AK explosive continued trending. And every post sparked new arguments about loyalty, morality, and intent. Insiders claimed that the intensity of public scrutiny was a constant pressure, influencing every decision Kirk and Jasmine made. One particularly dramatic confrontation reportedly occurred late one night. Kirk allegedly tried to reason with Jasmine, explaining that the payments were solely for their child's security and not intended to cause division. Jasmine reportedly responded with anger, questioning secrecy, transparency, and emotional responsibility. Insiders claimed the argument lasted hours, voices raised, tears shed, and accusations exchanged. The emotional toll, according to sources, left both parties exhausted, frustrated, and unsure of the next move. Friends of Kirk and Jasmine reportedly became involved, attempting to mediate while also navigating their own loyalties. Some allegedly advised Kirk to issue a public statement, others suggested maintaining privacy to prevent further escalation. Jasmine's friends reportedly encouraged her to speak publicly, to ensure her perspective was understood. The conflicting advice reportedly created additional tension, as every step seemed fraught with potential controversy. Tasha K., observing the unfolding chaos, reportedly had more content ready to release. Insiders claimed she possessed exclusive messages, behind-the-scenes footage, and interviews with friends and family that could reveal even deeper layers of secrecy and tension. Fans were eager for the next upload, theorizing about hidden motives, financial arrangements, and private confrontations. The drama, insiders claimed, had evolved far beyond a single revelation about monthly payments into a multi-layered saga involving trust, betrayal, and family loyalty. Kirk reportedly attempted reconciliation efforts, but the emotional stakes were high. Some family members were receptive, while others remained skeptical, critical, or distanced. Insiders described conversations filled with tension, silence, and occasional outbursts, leaving an impression that resolution was fragile and temporary. Every attempt at calm reportedly revealed underlying fractures, as emotions ran deep and trust was difficult to restore. Jasmine, according to insiders, was strategically focused. She allegedly coordinated with friends, supporters, and influencers, ensuring her side of the story reached the public while controlling the narrative. The tension between her and Kirk reportedly made even private conversations potentially explosive, as neither fully trusted the other. Friends described moments of frustration, tears, and emotional strain that tested their patience and resolve. Fans reportedly became even more involved, speculating on potential custody implications, hidden agreements, and emotional consequences for the entire family. Social media platforms overflowed with commentary, debates, and theories, blurring the line between reality and rumor. Every message, post, or action by Kirk or Jasmine was dissected, contributing to the perception that the drama was larger than life. Sources claimed another private argument erupted over financial transparency. Kirk allegedly insisted that the payments were for stability and security, while Jasmine reportedly argued that secrecy had caused emotional harm and strained relationships. The confrontation, insiders said, lasted hours, leaving both parties drained but unresolved, highlighting the complexity of a situation that had become almost impossible to navigate. Tasha K's ongoing coverage reportedly amplified the intensity. Insiders claimed she had exclusive content ready, including private messages, alleged video clips, and interviews that could escalate the drama further. Fans eagerly anticipated each revelation, discussing motives, trust, and emotional stakes at length. The narrative had grown into a spectacle encompassing secrecy, betrayal, and the public's insatiable appetite for reality TV drama. Inside Kirk's circle, friends expressed concern over the mounting stress. Some advised taking control of the narrative through public clarification, while others suggested maintaining privacy to prevent further escalation. Kirk reportedly felt trapped, balancing the demands of family, child, reputation, and public perception. Every decision carried potential consequences, and insiders claimed he struggled to manage the intense emotional pressure. The family reportedly remained divided. Siblings, close relatives, and friends took sides, creating an invisible divide in interactions and gatherings. Insiders said even casual conversations carried tension, and small disagreements could quickly escalate into larger confrontations. Family dynamics that once seemed simple had become complex and fragile under the strain of secrecy, public scrutiny, and emotional conflict. Fans continued to dissect every detail. Screenshots, texts, and alleged behind-the-scenes footage were shared, analyzed, and debated. Some defended Kirk for prioritizing his child, while others praised Jasmine for exposing what they considered hidden truths. The situation had evolved from a financial revelation into a full-blown narrative of emotional conflict, family loyalty, and public spectacle. Insiders claimed that Kirk and Jasmine had multiple high-stakes private conversations, each more intense than the last. Emotions reportedly ran high, with voices raised, tears shed, and accusations exchanged. Kirk allegedly attempted to justify the payments as responsible parenting, while Jasmine reportedly countered that secrecy and lack of transparency had eroded trust. The conversations, insiders said, left both parties emotionally exhausted but unresolved, setting the stage for further public speculation and scrutiny. As the saga unfolded, Tasha K reportedly prepared additional content. Insiders claimed she had access to private messages, interviews, and off-camera footage that could reveal even more shocking details. Fans speculated relentlessly, theorizing about hidden motives, potential legal implications, and the emotional consequences for Kirk, Jasmine, and their extended family. The tension was palpable, both online and offline, as the drama showed no signs of slowing. Kirk reportedly attempted further reconciliation efforts with family members. Some were receptive, others remained skeptical or distanced. Insiders described moments of tension, silence, and occasional arguments, leaving a sense that resolution was temporary and fragile. Every interaction reportedly carried the potential to reignite conflict, and the emotional stakes remained higher than ever. Jasmine's focus reportedly remained strategic. She allegedly coordinated with supporters, friends, and influencers, ensuring her narrative reached the public while managing potential backlash. Insiders claimed that every interaction between her and Kirk was carefully navigated, as neither fully trusted the other. Emotions reportedly ran deep, creating a cycle of tension, confrontation, and public speculation. Fans remained captivated. Social media threads overflowed with commentary, speculation, and emotional reactions. Every post, text, or leaked clip was analyzed for hidden meaning, contributing to a perception that the drama was larger than life. Insiders claimed that the ongoing tension between Kirk and Jasmine had transformed the story from a simple financial revelation into a multi-layered reality TV saga encompassing trust, betrayal, and emotional conflict. After the most recent confrontation, insiders claimed the atmosphere around Kirk and Jasmine remained charged with tension. Every phone call, every text, every social media post became a potential trigger for drama. Kirk reportedly spent long nights awake, strategizing, weighing public perception against family loyalty, while Jasmine allegedly reviewed every detail with her closest confidants, determined to ensure that her perspective remained clear and unfiltered. Friends and family reportedly described the tension as palpable, almost suffocating. Siblings, relatives, and even longtime friends were cautious in their interactions, afraid that one misstep could ignite another confrontation. Whispers of past disagreements, unresolved grievances, and lingering suspicions added fuel to a fire that seemed impossible to extinguish. Insiders said the emotional strain had reached levels few could have anticipated. With every decision scrutinized under the public's relentless gaze, fans reportedly became even more obsessed, with social media platforms flooded with speculation, commentary, and analysis. Screenshots of alleged private messages circulated widely, dissected line by line, while clips of confrontations, some authentic, some rumored, went viral. Hashtags like Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag Tasha Kriviel, hashtag family drama were trending globally, keeping the story in constant motion. Insiders claimed the public attention was influencing every action Kirk and Jasmine took, from the way they spoke to the way they appeared in private or public settings. As the saga continued, sources alleged that Kirk attempted multiple private reconciliations with Jasmine, hoping to calm tensions and restore trust. These efforts, insiders said, were met with partial success at best. Jasmine reportedly maintained a firm stance, insisting on transparency and emotional accountability. The conflicting goals and heightened emotions reportedly made every interaction tense, leaving both parties exhausted and emotionally strained. The ongoing drama, insiders claimed, also affected Kirk's professional life. Some associates allegedly expressed concern about his focus and decision-making, fearing that the public controversy could impact business ventures or public perception. Fans speculated endlessly about the potential fallout, theorizing about hidden motives, financial consequences, and the long-term impact on relationships within the family. The story, insiders said, had evolved into a multifaceted drama that extended beyond the original revelation of monthly payments. Tasha K's continued coverage reportedly intensified the situation. Insiders claimed she had exclusive footage, private messages, and interviews that could expose even more shocking details. The anticipation of new content fueled endless speculation, with fans discussing and debating every possible angle. The narrative, insiders said, had expanded from a financial dispute into a sweeping saga of trust, betrayal, secrecy, and emotional conflict, captivating audiences worldwide. Family dynamics, according to insiders, were at an all-time low. Siblings, relatives, and friends reportedly chose sides, creating subtle but tangible divisions. Gatherings were described as tense and awkward, with conversations filled with pauses, side glances, and unspoken tension. Insiders claimed that even minor disagreements could quickly escalate, as emotions were raw and the stakes felt impossibly high. The once close family reportedly struggled to find common ground amid mounting pressure and public scrutiny. Fans, as ever, remained voracious. Every new social media post, story update, or public appearance sparked waves of analysis and debate. Some defended Kirk, emphasizing his commitment to providing. Insiders claimed, created a complex web of loyalty, opinion, and emotion that added layers of complexity to every interaction. Fans reportedly began theorizing about potential legal implications. Custody arrangements, financial obligations, and private agreements became hot topics online. Insiders claimed that every public action, private message, and social media post was analyzed for hidden meaning, with fans attempting to predict what would happen next. The narrative, insiders said, had grown far beyond its original scope, encompassing trust, betrayal, family loyalty, and emotional stakes that reached into every corner of the public's imagination. Kirk, according to insiders, attempted to balance multiple pressures, maintaining family relationships, managing public perception, and protecting his child. Sources claimed the stress manifested in sleepless nights, heightened anxiety, and frequent strategic discussions with close friends and confidants. Jasmine, meanwhile, reportedly remained resolute, focused on transparency and emotional accountability, ensuring her voice was heard and her perspective understood by the public. The ongoing saga, insiders said, was compounded by Tasha K's persistent coverage. Every new video, post, and tease reportedly added fuel to the fire. Private messages, alleged off-camera footage, and interviews with friends and family were reportedly being compiled for potential release. Fans eagerly anticipated each update, speculating endlessly about hidden motives, secrets yet to be revealed, and the potential fallout for Kirk, Jasmine, and their extended family. Inside the family, tensions reportedly escalated further. Siblings, relatives, and friends reportedly continued to take sides, creating subtle but undeniable divisions. Insiders claimed that even casual interactions carried a weight of expectation and caution. As everyone navigated a landscape fraught with potential emotional landmines, family dynamics that once seemed simple were now complicated by secrecy, public scrutiny, and emotional strain. Fans reportedly remained captivated. Every social media update, story post, and rumored leak sparked analysis and debate. Some praised Kirk for financial responsibility and dedication to his child, while others applauded Jasmine for transparency and courage. Insiders said that the continuous public attention only amplified existing tensions, making it difficult for any resolution to gain traction. As days turned into weeks, insiders claimed that Kirk and Jasmine's interactions continued to be marked by volatility. Conversations reportedly involved raised voices, tears, and accusations of emotional neglect, betrayal, and secrecy. Kirk allegedly emphasized the practical necessity of the payments, while Jasmine reportedly highlighted the importance of trust, communication, and respect. These repeated clashes, insiders said, left both parties emotionally drained. With tensions lingering even in moments of silence, the ripple effect on friends and associates, insiders claimed, was substantial. Some were drawn into arguments, others acted as mediators, and a few reportedly stepped back entirely. Fans continued to speculate about potential future confrontations, custody implications, and hidden motives. The story, insiders said, had expanded into a multi-layered drama encompassing family loyalty, public perception, emotional conflict, and secrecy. Tasha K, as always, reportedly remained ready to escalate the narrative. Insiders claimed she had additional content, including private messages and interviews, that could potentially upend public perception. Fans speculated endlessly, analyzing every detail, predicting outcomes, and debating loyalties. The drama, insiders said, had evolved far beyond its original premise into a sweeping reality TV spectacle with real emotional consequences for all involved. Kirk reportedly continued attempts at reconciliation, facing mixed results. Some family members were receptive, others skeptical, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely. Insiders described tense moments, silence, and occasional emotional outbursts, leaving a sense that resolution was fragile. Every interaction reportedly carried the potential to reignite conflict, adding to the intensity of the ongoing narrative. Jasmine, reportedly unwavering, maintained her focus on transparency and accountability. Insiders claimed she coordinated with supporters, friends, and allies to ensure her perspective reached the public. Every interaction between her and Kirk was reportedly laden with tension, mistrust, and emotional complexity, further amplifying the drama. Fans continued their obsessive engagement. Every post, leak, and update prompted discussion, speculation, and emotional reactions. Insiders claimed that this constant public scrutiny contributed to the heightened stakes, turning a financial dispute into a sprawling, high-stakes saga of trust, betrayal, and family conflict. The story, insiders said, remained unresolved. Kirk and Jasmine were reportedly still navigating a landscape of tension, secrecy, and public scrutiny. The family was divided, emotions were raw, and fans were captivated by every unfolding moment. Insiders hinted at more revelations to come, keeping the narrative alive and suspenseful, with each day bringing the possibility of new drama, confrontations, and shocking disclosures. As the saga stretched into its next phase, Kirk and Jasmine reportedly found themselves navigating an even more complex web of emotional and public pressures. Insiders claimed that every move, every decision, every word spoken in private or posted online had become a potential trigger for new controversy. Kirk allegedly spent hours analyzing texts, reviewing social media activity, and consulting with close friends about how best to manage the storm surrounding him. Jasmine, according to sources, remained methodical and determined, planning her next steps carefully to maintain control of her narrative. Friends and family reportedly described the tension as almost unbearable. Siblings, cousins, and even longtime friends were allegedly cautious in their interactions, aware that one careless word or gesture could spark another explosive argument. Insiders claimed that the emotional stakes had grown so high that even simple conversations carried immense weight, with past grievances resurfacing and simmering frustrations threatening to boil over at any moment. Fans, of course, were relentless. Social media platforms were flooded with speculation, screenshots of alleged private messages, and videos rumored to show behind-the-scenes confrontations. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag Tasha drama, hashtag Family Feud dominated trending pages as viewers debated loyalties, motives, and potential outcomes. Every new post, comment, or story seemed to fan the flames, keeping the drama in constant motion. Insiders claimed that this intense public attention influenced Kirk and Jasmine's decisions, often making private matters feel like public spectacles. Insiders reported that Kirk made several attempts to reconcile with Jasmine, trying to explain his perspective on the monthly payments and their necessity for the child's security. Jasmine, sources said, reportedly remained firm in her position, emphasizing the emotional toll of secrecy and the importance of mutual trust. The conversations, insiders claimed, were highly charged, involving raised voices, tears, and emotional pleas, leaving both parties exhausted but still far from resolution. The family dynamics reportedly continued to fracture. Siblings and close relatives allegedly took sides, creating subtle but palpable divisions in every interaction. Family gatherings were described as tense and awkward, with whispered conversations, side glances, and moments of uncomfortable silence. Insiders said the emotional strain was compounded by the constant public scrutiny, making it almost impossible for the family to navigate their relationships without pressure. Tasha K's coverage, insiders claimed, only intensified the situation. Sources said she had exclusive messages, alleged off-camera footage, and interviews with friends and family, all ready to drop at any moment. Fans eagerly awaited each new post, speculating about hidden truths, secret motives, and potential fallout. The narrative had evolved far beyond a single financial revelation, transforming into a multi-layered saga involving trust, betrayal, secrecy, and emotional turbulence. Kirk reportedly attempted to manage multiple pressures simultaneously, maintaining family relationships, navigating public perception, and protecting his child. Insiders claimed that the strain manifested in sleepless nights, heightened anxiety, and tense private conversations with confidants. Jasmine, according to sources, remained strategic, carefully coordinating with allies and supporters to ensure her side of the story was heard clearly. The tension between the two, insiders said, created an ongoing cycle of emotional confrontation and public speculation. Fans, it seemed, were not just observers, they were participants. Social media threads overflowed with theories, debates, and analyses, with every text, post, or video clip examined in detail. Some defended Kirk, praising his dedication to financial security for his child. Others applauded Jasmine for standing firm and demanding transparency. Insiders claimed the constant public attention only heightened the stakes, adding pressure to an already volatile situation. Insiders alleged another dramatic private encounter occurred late one night. Kirk reportedly tried to reason with Jasmine, explaining that the payments were intended for stability and not for manipulation. Jasmine allegedly responded with frustration and anger, emphasizing the emotional impact of secrecy and the need for honesty. Sources claimed the argument lasted for hours, leaving both parties emotionally drained, yet unresolved. And insiders suggested it would be impossible for either to fully escape the tension for the foreseeable future. The ripple effects, insiders said, extended to friends and associates. Some were drawn into mediations, others into conflicts, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely to avoid being caught in the storm. Fans speculated endlessly about legal implications, potential custody battles, and hidden agreements, with every leaked detail adding another layer of drama. The story had grown into a multifaceted spectacle, encompassing family loyalty, public perception, emotional stakes, and the relentless scrutiny of fans worldwide. Kirk and Jasmine, according to insiders, reportedly had multiple ongoing high-stakes discussions. Voices reportedly rose, accusations were exchanged, and tears flowed. Kirk allegedly insisted on the necessity of the financial arrangements, while Jasmine reportedly highlighted the importance of emotional transparency, trust, and accountability. These repeated clashes, insiders said, left both parties drained yet still deeply entangled in a web of unresolved conflict. Fans' obsession continued to grow. Screenshots, alleged messages, and purported behind-the-scenes footage circulated online, dissected and debated endlessly. Some defended Kirk's intentions, others praised Jasmine's courage in exposing hidden truths. Insiders claimed that the heightened attention created a pressure cooker atmosphere, making resolution increasingly difficult and intensifying the overall drama. Tasha K reportedly remained poised to escalate the story further. Insiders claimed she had additional content, including messages, interviews, and footage that could shock even the most seasoned followers. The anticipation of future revelations fueled endless speculation, with fans theorizing about hidden motives, emotional stakes, and what the next chapter in Kirk and Jasmine's saga might hold. Family tensions reportedly worsened. Insiders said siblings, relatives, and friends were increasingly divided, with even minor interactions potentially sparking disputes. Gatherings were described as fraught with silent tension, side glances, and unspoken accusations. The emotional strain was reportedly compounded by the public's relentless interest, creating a situation that felt almost impossible to manage without additional conflict. As the story unfolded, insiders claimed Kirk's attempts to reconcile were ongoing but met with mixed success. Some family members reportedly remained receptive, others skeptical, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely. Every interaction reportedly carried the potential to reignite conflict, keeping emotions and stakes high. Jasmine, meanwhile, allegedly remained focused on transparency, determined to control her narrative and maintain credibility in the eyes of fans. Fans remained consumed by the drama. Every post, message, and rumored leak prompted intense debate, speculation, and analysis. Insiders claimed the constant scrutiny only heightened tension, making the situation more volatile and unpredictable. What began as a financial revelation had reportedly transformed into a sprawling, high-stakes reality saga, involving secrecy, betrayal, family loyalty, and emotional turbulence that captured global attention. Insiders said Kirk and Jasmine's repeated confrontations left both emotionally drained, with unresolved conflicts and lingering mistrust. Every private discussion, social media post, and family interactions seemed charged with potential controversy. Fans speculated on what might happen next, analyzing every detail for hidden meaning. while insiders hinted at more shocking developments on the horizon. As the drama stretched into another week, insiders claimed that Kirk and Jasmine were increasingly isolated, surrounded by tension and uncertainty. Friends said Kirk spent long nights reviewing every text, social media post, and conversation, strategizing how to maintain a semblance of control in a situation that seemed to have spiraled beyond his grasp. Jasmine, according to sources, maintained meticulous focus, carefully coordinating with her inner circle to protect her narrative and ensure that the public understood her perspective. Family gatherings reportedly became almost unbearable. Siblings, cousins, and close friends allegedly walked on eggshells, afraid that one careless remark could ignite yet another confrontation. Whispers of past betrayals and lingering resentments reportedly surfaced repeatedly, adding fuel to an already volatile situation. Insiders said the emotional intensity was so high that even small disagreements threatened to escalate, leaving everyone involved drained and anxious. Fans, of course, remained obsessed. Social media platforms were flooded with speculation, screenshots of alleged private messages, and clips rumored to show behind-the-scenes drama. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag Tash AK reveal, hashtag family feud trended relentlessly as fans debated loyalties, motives, and the emotional stakes. Insiders claimed that the constant attention amplified the stress for Kirk and Jasmine, making private matters feel like public battles. Sources alleged another explosive argument between Kirk and Jasmine occurred late one evening. Kirk reportedly tried to reason, emphasizing that the payments were solely to ensure stability for their child. Jasmine, insiders said, responded with anger and frustration, highlighting the emotional damage caused by secrecy and lack of communication. The confrontation allegedly lasted hours, leaving both parties emotionally drained yet unresolved, further intensifying the tension that had gripped their family and public following. Friends reportedly became involved in attempts to mediate, but insiders claimed the dynamics were too charged for simple resolutions. Some advised Kirk to release a public statement, others suggested maintaining privacy to avoid inflaming the situation. Jasmine's allies allegedly encouraged her to be vocal, to ensure her truth reached the public. Conflicting advice reportedly only added to the pressure, as every move seemed likely to generate new controversy. Tasha K, according to insiders, remained ready to escalate the drama. She reportedly had access to private messages, behind-the-scenes footage, and interviews that could reveal even more shocking details. Fans speculated endlessly about hidden motives, secret agreements, and potential legal implications, turning every new post into a global event. The story had evolved far beyond a simple financial revelation, encompassing betrayal, trust, secrecy, and the relentless gaze of the public. Inside the family, tensions reportedly worsened. Siblings, relatives, and close friends were allegedly divided, with subtle but palpable tension in every interaction. Family gatherings were reportedly filled with pauses, glances, and unspoken accusations. Insiders claimed the strain made even casual conversations difficult, as everyone navigated the emotional minefield created by Kirk and Jasmine's conflict. Fans continued to fuel the drama. Screenshots, alleged messages, and purported behind-the-scenes content were shared and analyzed obsessively. Some praised Kirk for his financial responsibility. Others admired Jasmine for demanding transparency. Insiders claimed that the ongoing attention created additional pressure, making emotional reconciliation almost impossible while amplifying public fascination. Kirk reportedly continued to attempt reconciliation. Insiders said some family members were receptive, others remained skeptical, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely. Each interaction reportedly carried the potential to reignite conflict, leaving the family in a constant state of tension. Jasmine, according to sources, remained steadfast in her strategy, coordinating with allies to control the narrative and maintain credibility. Insiders claimed the emotional intensity affected friends and associates. Some were drawn into mediations, others into arguments, and a few stepped back completely. Fans speculated endlessly about custody implications, secret deals, and potential fallout for the family. The drama had transformed into a sprawling saga, combining secrecy, betrayal, loyalty, and the intense scrutiny of a captivated public. Private conversations between Kirk and Jasmine, insiders said, continued to be fraught with emotion. Voices reportedly rose, accusations were exchanged, and tears flowed. Kirk allegedly emphasized the practical necessity of the payments, while Jasmine highlighted trust, accountability, and emotional transparency. The repeated clashes left both parties drained but unresolved, maintaining a cycle of conflict that fueled public speculation. Fans remained captivated. Every new post, leak, or alleged revelation was dissected and debated online. Some defended Kirk's actions, others praised Jasmine's courage in exposing hidden truths. Insiders claimed that the relentless scrutiny only intensified the emotional stakes, transforming a financial dispute into a multi-layered reality saga of trust, betrayal, and public spectacle. Tasha K, according to insiders, reportedly had more content ready to drop at any moment. Messages, interviews, and off-camera footage could potentially expose even deeper layers of conflict. Fans speculated about hidden motives, emotional consequences, and what the next explosive revelation might reveal. Insiders claimed that the story had evolved far beyond its initial premise, captivating audiences with its unpredictability and intensity. Family dynamics reportedly continued to unravel. Siblings, relatives, and friends reportedly took sides, creating subtle but tangible divisions. Gatherings were tense, filled with glances, whispers, and unspoken accusations. Insiders claim that even minor disagreements could escalate into emotional arguments, making every interaction a potential flashpoint in the ongoing drama. As the days passed, Kirk's attempts to reconcile reportedly met mixed results. Some family members were receptive, others skeptical, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely. Insiders described moments of silence, tension, and occasional emotional outbursts, creating an environment in which resolution felt fragile and temporary. Jasmine, meanwhile, reportedly remained focused on transparency, determined to control the narrative and maintain her voice in the ongoing saga. Fans continued their obsession. Every post, screenshot, and rumor sparked discussion, analysis, and emotional reactions. Insiders claimed that the constant public attention only amplified tensions, adding to the pressure on Kirk and Jasmine while keeping the audience captivated. What began as a revelation about monthly payments had reportedly transformed into a sprawling high-stakes reality saga encompassing trust, betrayal, secrecy, and emotional turmoil. Insiders alleged Kirk and Jasmine had repeated private confrontations. Voices reportedly rose, accusations flew, and tears were shed. Kirk allegedly tried to justify the financial arrangements as necessary for stability, while Jasmine reportedly insisted that honesty, transparency, and emotional accountability were paramount. These clashes, insiders claimed, left both parties exhausted but deeply intertwined in a cycle of unresolved tension and public scrutiny. Fans remained hungry for every detail. Alleged messages, videos, and behind-the-scenes content were shared across platforms and dissected line by line. Some defended Kirk's intentions, others praised Jasmine's insistence on transparency. Insiders claimed that the public's relentless focus amplified the emotional stakes, making resolution increasingly difficult while keeping the drama at the forefront of social media discussion. Tasha K reportedly continued to prepare more content, including private messages and interviews that could potentially reveal shocking developments. Fans speculated endlessly about hidden motives, potential legal consequences, and what the next chapter in Kirk and Jasmine's story might hold. Insiders claimed the saga had grown far beyond its original scope, becoming a multi-layered spectacle that captivated millions worldwide. As days turned into weeks, insiders claimed the tension surrounding Kirk and Jasmine had become almost unbearable. Every interaction, every social media post, every phone call seemed charged with potential conflict. Kirk reportedly spent countless hours reviewing messages, assessing public perception, and consulting with friends on how to manage the storm. Jasmine, according to sources, maintained a methodical approach, meticulously planning her next moves to protect her narrative and ensure her side of the story remained clear. Family gatherings reportedly became a minefield. Siblings, cousins, and close friends were allegedly walking on eggshells, fearing that a single comment could ignite yet another explosive confrontation. Whispers of past betrayals and lingering resentments were said to surface repeatedly, adding tension to an already volatile environment. Insiders claimed the emotional intensity was so high that even minor disagreements threatened to spiral into full-blown arguments, leaving everyone exhausted and anxious. Fans remained relentless. Social media platforms were flooded with speculation, screenshots of alleged private messages, and clips rumored to show behind-the-scenes confrontations. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk and Jasmine, hashtag Tash AK reveal, hashtag Family Feud dominated trending pages as fans debated motives, loyalties, and the emotional stakes. Insiders claimed the constant public attention amplified the stress for Kirk and Jasmine, turning private matters into highly scrutinized spectacles. Sources alleged another intense confrontation occurred late one night. Kirk reportedly tried to explain that the payments were solely to secure his child's stability. Jasmine, according to insiders, responded with frustration and anger, emphasizing the emotional harm caused by secrecy and lack of communication. The argument allegedly lasted for hours, leaving both parties emotionally drained but still unresolved, further escalating the tension that had engulfed the family and captivated the public. Friends reportedly attempted to mediate, but insiders claimed the dynamics were too complex for easy resolution. Some allegedly advised Kirk to release a public statement, while others recommended maintaining privacy to avoid inflaming the situation. Jasmine's allies reportedly encouraged her to speak publicly to ensure her perspective reached fans. The conflicting advice allegedly only added pressure, making each decision feel like a potential public disaster. Tasha K., insiders claimed, remained poised to escalate the drama further. She reportedly had access to private messages, behind-the-scenes footage, and interviews that could reveal even more shocking details. Fans speculated about hidden motives, secret arrangements, and potential fallout, treating every new post as an event in its own right. The narrative, insiders said, had expanded beyond a simple financial revelation into a multi-layered saga of trust, betrayal, secrecy, and emotional volatility. Inside the family, tensions reportedly continued to escalate. Siblings, relatives, and friends allegedly took sides, creating subtle but palpable divisions in every interaction. Gatherings were described as tense, with long silences, side glances, and unspoken accusations. Insiders claimed that even minor disagreements could easily escalate into emotional confrontations, making each interaction a potential flashpoint. Fans' obsession reportedly intensified. Screenshots, alleged private messages, and rumored footage were dissected and debated endlessly. Some defended Kirk's actions, highlighting his dedication to providing for his child, while others applauded Jasmine for demanding transparency and emotional honesty. Insiders claimed that the relentless public attention further amplified tensions, making reconciliation increasingly difficult. Kirk, according to sources, continued to try reconciling with family members, with mixed results. Some were reportedly receptive, others skeptical, and a few allegedly withdrew entirely. Insiders described moments of silence, tension, and emotional outbursts, leaving resolution feeling temporary and fragile. Jasmine, sources claimed, remained focused on transparency, determined to maintain control of her narrative and preserve credibility in the public eye. Insiders said the emotional intensity had ripple effects on friends and associates. Some were drawn into mediations, others into conflicts, and a few allegedly stepped back entirely. Fans speculated endlessly about custody implications, secret deals, and potential consequences for the extended family. The drama reportedly evolved into a sprawling spectacle, blending secrecy, betrayal, loyalty, and public fascination into a high-stakes narrative. Private conversations between Kirk and Jasmine reportedly remained tense and emotionally charged. Voices allegedly rose, accusations were exchanged, and tears were shed. Kirk reportedly emphasized the practical necessity of the payments, while Jasmine allegedly stressed the importance of trust, accountability, and honesty. These repeated confrontations, insiders said, left both parties emotionally drained, yet still deeply entangled in an unresolved conflict amplified by public scrutiny. Fans reportedly continued dissecting every development. Alleged messages, videos, and behind-the-scenes content were shared online and analyzed in obsessive detail. Some defended Kirk's intentions, others praised Jasmine's courage in exposing hidden truths. Insiders claimed that the public's relentless focus increased emotional pressure, making resolution nearly impossible while keeping the drama at the forefront of social media. Tasha K. allegedly had more content ready to drop, insiders said, including messages, interviews, and footage that could shock viewers and reveal hidden layers of conflict. Fans speculated about motives, emotional stakes, and what the next explosive revelation might hold. The story had reportedly grown far beyond its initial premise, captivating millions with its unpredictability and intensity. Family tensions reportedly worsened further. Siblings, relatives, and friends were increasingly divided, with minor interactions carrying enormous emotional weight. Insiders claimed even casual conversations could spark arguments, making family gatherings almost unbearable. The constant public scrutiny, according to sources, exacerbated the emotional strain, leaving everyone involved navigating a minefield of tension, mistrust, and anticipation. Kirk's reconciliation attempts reportedly continued, with some family members receptive and others skeptical. Insiders described long periods of silence, tense discussions, and occasional outbursts, keeping the atmosphere emotionally charged and fragile. Jasmine, sources claimed, maintained her strategic focus on transparency, ensuring her voice was heard and her narrative protected. Fans remained captivated and engaged. Every post, screenshot, or rumor prompted analysis, speculation, and emotional commentary. Insiders claimed that this constant scrutiny added immense pressure to Kirk and Jasmine, transforming what began as a financial revelation into a sprawling reality TV saga of trust, betrayal, secrecy, and family conflict. Insiders alleged Kirk and Jasmine continued to engage in repeated confrontations, each one emotionally draining and unresolved. Voices rose, accusations were exchanged, and tears were reportedly shed. Kirk allegedly focused on the practical necessity of the payments, while Jasmine highlighted the emotional and relational consequences of secrecy. These cycles, insiders claimed, kept both parties locked in a pattern of tension and conflict under the public eye. Fans remained insatiable. Alleged messages, leaked footage, and behind-the-scenes content were shared widely and analyzed obsessively. Some defended Kirk, emphasizing his commitment to his child, while others praised Jasmine for her insistence on transparency. Insiders claimed that the unrelenting attention amplified the stakes, keeping the drama alive and escalating day by day. Tasha K reportedly had additional content on standby. Insiders said she had messages, off-camera footage, and interviews that could reveal further shocking developments. Fans speculated endlessly, theorizing about hidden motives, secret agreements, and potential outcomes. The story had reportedly evolved into a multi-layered reality saga, capturing global attention and transforming the lives of everyone involved. And so, after weeks of shocking revelations, private confrontations, and emotional battles, the saga of Kirk and Jasmine and the staggering $50,000 monthly payments continues to captivate the world. You've watched as secrets were unveiled, tensions escalated, and loyalties were tested, leaving fans like you glued to every post, every clip, and every rumor. Emotions ran high as the family was left divided. Insiders revealed behind-the-scenes conflicts, and the public became entangled in a drama far bigger than anyone could have imagined. And now, as you sit here, absorbing every twist and turn, you might be asking yourself, what happens next? Will Kirk and Jasmine find any form of reconciliation, or is the divide between them only growing deeper? The truth is, the story is still unfolding. Insiders continue to report late-night discussions, heated arguments, and moments of vulnerability that hint at possible resolutions, but nothing is certain. Fans are shocked, intrigued, and completely invested, watching as every decision, every message, and every public statement has the potential to change the course of the narrative. It's a story of trust and betrayal, secrecy and transparency, love and conflict, all wrapped in the intense glare of public scrutiny. Think about the magnitude of this drama. Kirk, who reportedly prioritizes financial stability for his child, attempting to navigate family dynamics and public perception. Jasmine, determined to expose hidden truths, fighting for emotional honesty and accountability. Their interactions have sparked global conversations, inspired debates, and even divided fan communities, with some siding with Kirk and others championing Jasmine's cause. The complexity of their relationship, combined with the enormous public attention, makes this a story that will continue to grip audiences for weeks, if not months, to come. As you consider the layers of this story, it's impossible not to reflect on the personal stakes involved. The family reportedly faces ongoing tension, with siblings and relatives taking sides, cautious about every interaction. Friends are mediators or silent observers, all while insiders hint at even more dramatic revelations waiting in the wings. Social media has become a battleground, a stage where opinions clash, theories flourish, and every new post is dissected for hidden meaning. The narrative, initially sparked by financial disclosure, has transformed into a high-stakes spectacle of loyalty, trust, betrayal, and emotional complexity. Now, here's where you, the viewer, become part of the conversation. Your thoughts, opinions, and reactions matter. Did Kirk act responsibly by ensuring his child's stability, even at the cost of secrecy and tension? Did Jasmine do the right thing by exposing the truth and demanding transparency, even as it fueled family conflict and public scrutiny? As fans, you hold the power to analyze, debate, and weigh in on every revelation, adding your voice to a story that is larger than life. Consider also the emotional consequences that have unfolded. Insiders claim that every confrontation has left both Kirk and Jasmine exhausted, emotionally drained, and locked in a cycle of conflict that continues to unfold publicly. Family gatherings remain tense. Friends are walking a delicate line between loyalty and neutrality, and fans around the world are eagerly awaiting each new development. The stakes are real, the drama is palpable, and the next move, whether private or public, has the potential to reshape the narrative entirely. And while we've explored so many angles, it's clear that the story isn't over. There are whispers of more private messages, alleged footage, and interviews that could provide shocking insight into what really happens behind closed doors. Insiders hint at secrets still waiting to be revealed, potentially altering public perception and family dynamics alike. The suspense is real, and as a fan, you are on the front lines, witnessing a drama that blends reality, emotion, and spectacle in a way that only a story like this could. So, as you process everything you've learned, consider your own perspective. Which side resonates with you more? Do you sympathize with Kirk's focus on financial responsibility and protecting his child? Or do you align with Jasmine's insistence on honesty, transparency, and emotional accountability? The debate is ongoing, and your opinion matters. This is your chance to participate in a narrative that spans family, public scrutiny, and the relentless curiosity of fans worldwide. And remember, while the drama is intense, it also offers lessons about trust, communication, and the consequences of secrecy. Kirk and Jasmine's saga serves as a reminder that even the most carefully constructed plans can be upended by emotions, perception, and public attention. As the story evolves, you have the opportunity to watch, reflect, and engage, shaping the conversation with your insights and reactions. So here's what you need to do. Engage with this story. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Tell us who you side with, and express what you think the next chapter might hold. Like the video if you've been captivated by the drama, and subscribe to stay updated on every twist, turn, and shocking revelation. Every comment, every interaction, every perspective contributes to the ongoing discussion, making you an integral part of this reality TV saga. And don't stop there. Follow the latest updates closely, because insiders hint at more content coming that could expose secrets, create even more tension, and alter the course of this explosive story. As a viewer, your curiosity, your passion, and your voice fuel the momentum, keeping the saga alive and ensuring that no detail goes unnoticed. In conclusion, Kirk and Jasmine's story is more than just a revelation about monthly payments. It's a high-stakes drama of loyalty, secrecy, emotional confrontation, and public scrutiny. As the family remains divided, emotions run high, and fans stay captivated, your role as an engaged viewer becomes crucial. The next chapter could bring resolution, further conflict, or shocking twists. And your participation through comments, discussion, and engagement keeps the story alive. So don't wait. Join the conversation. Let your voice be heard. Like, comment, subscribe, and share your perspective on Kirk, Jasmine, and the $50,000 monthly payments. Weigh in on the trust, betrayal, and emotional stakes. And tell us who you believe is right, who is wrong, and what you think the future holds. This is your chance to be part of a drama that has captivated millions, and your input matters. Stay tuned, because the saga isn't over. And every day brings the possibility of more shocking revelations, more confrontations, and more drama. Kirk and Jasmine's story continues to unfold, and you, as a fan, have a front row seat to every twist and turn. Your engagement, your opinion, and your curiosity make this story bigger, louder, and even more unforgettable. So hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, comment with your thoughts, and share this video with friends who love drama just as much as you do. Insiders say the next reveal could change everything, and you won't want to miss it. The family is divided, tensions are high, and the public is watching, and you are at the center of it all, ready to witness the next explosive chapter in Kirk and Jasmine's saga.